In the last episode, we saw that Dobpa ran away from home at the age of 17 in order to pursue his studies with his teacher, Keaton. After that, in only 1 month, he mastered the Dharma language and began meaningful discussions with senior monks. Among the 4 difficult subjects, that is, the vehicle of the perfections, epistemology, cosmology, and psychology, young monks at that time would choose one subject to concentrate on first. However, Dobpa decided to study all 4 subjects simultaneously. His friends tried to dissuade him from this approach, for the apparent reason that this huge amount of knowledge could not be processed simultaneously by a normal young student. But Dobpa ignored their advice and even added on the 5th subject of the Way of the Bodhisattva and several tantric texts such as the Vajravadi Tantra and the Buddha-Kapala Tantra. Within only 1 year and a half, he would master the above 4 Mahayana subjects as well as their commentaries. We can imagine when other children were playing balls outside his window, with the frolicking noise penetrating his room, Dobpa was single-mindedly absorbing the core teachings of Mahayana Buddhism. We will never know how many sleepless nights he had a burning candlelight as his only companion. The candlelight burned in front of his eyes, while the desire for knowledge burned at the bottom of his heart. But we know one thing about him that he did not know at that time. Let's take our eyes off this young monk's bag for now, and turn the camera to the scene several years later on the timeline. In only 4 years after he ran away from home, that is, when he just turned 21, he would ascend to the master's seat and begin giving lectures in public. He would teach Mahayana doctrines to monks decades older than him. With that knowledge in our mind, let's turn the camera back to the young, studious monk. We now know why he had to digest so many Mahayana subjects in so short a period of time, why he insisted the lonely path, and why he went against all the advice. In 13,013, when Dobpa was 21 years old, he held his first public teaching. Yes, that's a barely legal age in many countries now. One thing that warms our heart is that his parents had heard his fame by this time. They came to his first teaching event and gave him a generous offering. They had now forgiven him for running away from home. His running away from home finally had a happy ending. Another Jonang master, Taranada, says that during the preparations for Doboba's teaching debut, he went to the monastery of Tanak. For about 3 months, he studied the 5 treatises of Maitreya with the master Rinchen Yeshe. Organizing the 5 treatises of Maitreya is also a major project of Jonang Dharma Volunteers, including comparing different translation versions and correcting the differences. The result will be available on our website at jonangdharma.org in the future. So, what's so important about the 5 treatises of Maitreya that Doboba had to go into a retreat to study? And what did Doboba learn from the 5 treatises of Maitreya? How did the treatises influence his future doctrines? Please subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification bell, and watch the next episodes.